Welcome to day number 9 on your Balance, Build and Bloom plan. This is a 21-day strength journey, and today we're working on strengthening your upper body. So I've got 2 sets of weights with me today. I've got a light set, I'm using a 3 kilo, and I've got a medium set, I'm using a 5 kilo. I'm also going to be down to the mat for at least one of the exercises, but I'm going to show you a variation that you can use if you don't like using the mat or can't get down to the mat very well. So I've got some variations and adaptations as we go along today as usual. Stick around to the end of this session because we are talking about the importance of fiber and what you can do to incorporate more fiber into your diet and how much fiber it is that you need and what it's all about. So join me for that, as well as the rest of this plan where we're not only nourishing our body but our minds as well with our positivity and our information all around our nutrition. So let's get going with this session today. Let's get ourselves warmed up for this session, get that whole upper body mobilized and ready for what's to come. The first thing we're going to need to get you to do, bring the arms out nice and wide. Imagine your fingertips are brushing the walls on either side of you. Shoulder blades together as the arms come back, and then a nice big clap into the middle, back out, and now up and overhead, brush the ceiling. So shoulder blades back, together, and up. So just really opening up into the chest, working up through the lower back, through the upper back rather, getting those arms ready for the fact that we're going to be using them. Well done. So got my feet pushed into the floor, tummy's nice and tight, really giving myself a really nice strong foundation here before we get started with our first exercise. 2, 1. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do it without a weight, and then we're going to add a weight in for the second round. So we're going to use this like an extended warm-up. So you're going to really have a chance to really get to grips with this movement and really nail this. So feet facing forwards, I'm going to have my palms down facing my legs here, bringing the arms up, bringing the thumbs to the ears, out and down. So just working with me here as we're just working through this movement. Good. So just bring them up into the ears, out and down. We're going to work into a weighted movement for this next. Okay, so I'm going to use my lighter set of weights, and you'll just be holding them exactly like this in the overhand position. So bringing those into the ears and down. Now when we're working with the weights, we're going to want to work slowly. You don't want to be speeding through, and take a rest. Okay, you ready to work into the weights? If you're not, then don't worry and use your light weight, okay? This is just what I'm using for this exercise, but you can use whatever you want. 1 kilo, half a kilo, whatever it is that you want to use. Absolutely fine by me. Palms facing into your legs exactly like last time. Getting ready, brace your core and coming up, in, out, and down. Do you feel the difference that adding that weight really gives you that little bit of extra bite into the tummy muscles? The core is working here, the arms are working, out and down. Well done. So we're not swinging, really keeping nice and strong and solid into the core. Up, breathing the whole time. Good. Well done. And take a rest. Amazing work, really good. We are going to revisit that exercise in a bit, but not for just yet, so you don't need to worry about it now. I want you to pick up a heavier weight if you have one. If you don't worry. We're going to stand towards the front of your workspace. You're going to take a nice big step back, and then you're going to hold the weight in the same arm as the leg has stepped back. You're going to bend over, you're going to let that weight hang down, and you're going to row up, down and up, making sure your knee is not going over your toe. So I've got my knee just going directly down through to my heel. Now you'll see there's a variation for this exercise. Okay, if you find balance tricky, you're just finding this exercise tricky, just try with the option with the bench. You can use a sofa, you can use a coffee table, whatever you have, as long as it's straight and stable and safe to use. Well done. 2, 1. Take a little rest. We are going to be working into the other side. Okay, so just always remembering when we're doing this exercise, we're going to take a step back, we're going to drop down, we're not dropping forward, and that back can be nice and straight. So I'll show you again, step back, you're going to be pushing back, and we're going to drop down. Ready? Let's go. Up and down, so staying in that stable position, rowing through. Thinking about your head positioning as well. So I've not got my head tucked or my head's not all the way up. So just thinking about elongating that neck. Ears in line with shoulders. Well done. Row it up. So working into the arm, into the back and the chest also. Take it nice and slow and take a rest. Well done. Okay, we'll see that exercise again as well, but not just yet. We're going to be going down to the mat for our next exercise. Now, if you don't like working down to the mat, or you can't get down to the mat, or you don't have a mat to use at this moment in time, I have given you your variation that you can use. So let's get going with our shoulder tap. Now, I'm going to show you into a modified position here onto my knees. This is where I know a lot of you will be, down onto this modified position. Opposite hand to opposite shoulder, but if you would like a little bit more, then you can come up onto your toes, as long as you can keep those hips nice and strong and stable. There's no point in being up here and doing all this. You're not going to get the benefit. Rather, you were down on your knees and you were super duper precise. So keep working through here. Well done. We're going to do 2 of these. So really thinking about precision, keeping those hands nice and quiet. Take a quick rest. We're going to go back into it in just a moment. So really working, opposite hand, opposite shoulder, breathing all the way through. You should not be holding your breath. If you're not sure if you are holding your breath, by the way, which is really common, don't worry if that is the case. If you're not sure, you'll be letting it out in sort of gasps. So it'll be like this, like that, okay? So you'll know if you're doing that, you're holding your breath. And we don't want that, okay? We want you to be able to breathe freely so that you can still get that oxygen in. Holding your breath is a sign that you're not using your core properly. Okay, so really make sure that you are using your core properly. That's what you're here for. It may well be after yesterday's session that you're a little bit tired in the abs or into the core. That's okay. This exercise might be hard for that reason. 2, 1, take a rest. Good job. Okay, we're going to come back up to our feet. Now, which weight you use for this is totally up to you. If you're not sure which weight to use, always go light, okay? And then you can go heavier. We're going to do a diagonal press, a Y press. We're going to do a single arm. So you're going to do a tiny little bob down, and then you're going to fire up to make a Y. Back down, up to make a Y. And we're just adding a little bit of momentum here, down with this little boost. Down and up. Well done. It keeps it interesting. And it stops us from squatting. So I do this exercise quite a lot with a squat, but you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. And this is proof that you don't always need to add a squat in. Good. So just keeping it nice and diagonal there. Take a little rest. We're going to switch sides. If you're finding that too light, if that's not giving you enough challenge, if by the end of that amount of time you're thinking, oh, that was easy, my muscles aren't even tired, that weight's too light. But you need to do that on the other side as well, because we need balance. And then you can increase the weight on the next one. So up, across, back down. So one of the ways you'll know if it's too light is if it's too quick. So you can just be steaming through like this, just too quick. You want to have some time under tension. If you've done any of my weighted sessions, you'll know I talk about it a lot. I like to talk about that a lot because I like you to know why we're doing these things slowly. And we're doing it slowly not just because I enjoy the pain of others. It's because it's really effective and really efficient. Well done. 2, 1, take a rest. Well done. We're going to see that one again as well. So don't you worry, there is time to perfect it. If you thought the weights you used were a little bit too light, don't worry. We're going to see it again. Just a moment. Before we get there, we're going to do a bent over lateral raise. So for this one, I want you to bring the weights in front of you. My palms are facing, little bend in the elbow, and I've got a nice straight back. I'm going to come to the side and back to the center. Nice and slow on the return. Open, close. Open, close. And you can be as bent over here as you want to be. Okay, so we're working into the back here, as well as into the shoulders and the chest. Good. Try not to jerk around. Trying to make sure that that movement is minimal. And take a rest. We're going to go again. We're going to give it another try. If you find being in that bent over position is uncomfortable, you don't want to be in that bent over position, then you can do a lateral raise from standing instead. You may have seen that on some of my other videos. But for this session today, I wanted to get into that lower back as well. So here we go again. So I've got just a slight bend in the knee as I've pushed the hips back. Bend in the elbow. Bringing the arms up and slowly back down. Slowly back down. Good. Well done. Keep it going. Keep those feet pushed into the floor. Well done. And take a rest. Amazing work. We're going to go back and do that face pull, the frontal raise with the face pull, one time this time because we did it as an extended warm-up last time. So this time we're going to be doing just one round with the weights. If you found it too tough with the weights, you can go weight free. That's absolutely fine. Bring them up, bring them in, out and down. Up, in, out and down. I want you to make sure that you're not pulling your head forwards and backwards as you do this. You're not coming up and then you're bringing your head to meet the weights. Okay, I really want you to make sure that your head is nice and strong. Your neck is strong, stable, keeping your head pulled up to the ceiling. Good, you're not tipping forwards onto your toes. And take a rest. Amazing, amazing work. Okay, we're going to go back to that single arm bent over row. Okay, so working all the way through that upper body here. This is a really great exercise. It does an awful lot and it gets your legs involved as well. So let's take a step back. Have that weight hanging down, bent over position. Let's go. Again, nice and slow here. Bringing up, straight back down. When we're using weights, we have to remember all the weight wants to do is get down to the ground. It's up to you to control that weight. Breathing through. Well done. Less than 10 seconds to go here on this side. Good. Well done. 2, 1. Take a rest. We're going to switch sides. Well done. Not long, 10 seconds. So get yourself into position so that you're ready to go when the timer starts. Get yourself all ready. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Row it up. Bring it back down nice and slow. So you can be more bent over. Here. A little bit more upright. But just check that the knee is not over the toes. You may be able to feel this in the legs. Feel those little adjustments going on with the foot that's placed forwards. As your balance is shifting, you can always hold on to something onto the side if you need to. 2, 1. Take a rest. Well done. We're going to do the shoulder taps next. So onto your knees, onto your toes, onto your raised surface if you prefer. I'm going to go onto my knees for a modified version here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Tap, tap, tap. Now you can go whatever pace you want. You can really get a nice burn if you go nice and quick, but you don't want to be going nice and quick and you're rocking around and you're smashing into the mat. Okay, there's a real sweet spot to get this exercise right where you can go quite quickly, but you're keeping your hands relatively quiet. Because if you can control that hand coming down to the mat, it means that your core control is exactly where it needs to be. Good. We're creating that unstable surface, which is what the core loves for a challenge. Take a rest. Well done. One more of those. This is so good for the arms. This is so good for the triceps here. It's great to build up a little bit of strength in this body weight bearing position, whether it's the partial body weight bearing onto your chair or your raised surface, onto your knees or onto your toes. Let's go. But it's really great to be in this body weight bearing position, not only for your core, but also it's really functional. You find yourself down onto the floor. You one hand you're grabbing something. Maybe you found yourself down onto the floor, you're struggling to get up. If you can support yourself on one hand, it means that you can then grab something to get yourself up. Okay, so we're really talking basic functional movements that we can tie into all of our exercises. It's so good. We take it for granted until we need it. 2, 1, take a rest. Really well done. We're going to go back up to that diagonal press here. So one side, then the other. Choose the weight that you want to use. You've done this before, so you know what's coming. It's 40 seconds. So if you're going to go up in weight on this one, just be prepared that it is 40 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Bring it up, back down. Bring it up, opening up through the chest there, back down. Good. It's nice to use that different movement. We're not just going straight up or straight out. We're doing both here. So it's a really much more complex movement. But you do a diagonal reach quite a lot. Whether it's in the car and you're reaching backwards, whether you're reaching up to a shelf or into a cupboard. Well done. 3, 2, 1. Finish the one you're on. Good job. We're going to switch sides. Amazing work. Really good. There's not many people I know that like this exercise. However, I can promise you it's really, really effective. So if you're not enjoying it at the minute, that's okay. You don't need to enjoy absolutely every single exercise. Okay, it doesn't mean that you haven't enjoyed your workout. And I don't take it personally. It's all right. Keep going. Well done. Good. Push. Keeping that body nice and strong and straight. So your core straight. You're not pushing out to the side. It's just the arm that's going out to the side. Well done. You're doing so well here. We've just got that bent over lateral raise up next. Take a rest. Well done. So we've got that bent over lateral raise twice. Then we're going to stretch out, just a couple of stretching exercises to stretch you out. And then we're going to talk about the importance of fiber in your diet. Stick around for that one. It's a really interesting one. Ready? Bent over position. Palms are facing. Let's go. Out. Together. Out. Back in together. Well done. Good job. Just keep working. Don't be tempted to speed it up. Keep that elbow bent. Shoulder blades are coming back together. Good. Well done. 2, 1. Take a rest. One more of those. A couple of lovely, positive in-breaths. Exhale all the negativity. That's gone. Nothing else there. 2, 1. Let's go, at least for now. Good job. Open. Good. Keep that chest open. Nice and slow on the return. Feet pushed into the floor. You've got just over 10 seconds here. Don't be tempted to speed it up. Well done. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your rest. Amazing work. That is your 20-minute upper body session done for today. That's day 9 done. We're nearly halfway through this plan, which is super, super exciting. We're going to get it started with a little cool down, a little stretch here. So upper arm stretch, deltoid stretch. So into that deltoid there, shoulder, bring your arm across. Well done. So don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know how you're finding the sessions. These are all 20-minute sessions pretty much for the whole plan. So you know that you can have the session done and dusted within half an hour. Let's switch sides. So again, into that deltoid, the shoulder there. If you can't quite feel the stretch, just bring it up a little or down a little bit, just so you're feeling it all the way through here. Holding that in front of your body. Well done. This is just a really nice stretch to do at any time, by the way. If you're sitting at your desk for a long period of time, this is a nice little stretch just to do. You can do it in a really small amount of space. You can bend your arm up, lessen the stretch. Okay, shake out. And we're just going to work it into the triceps, just a little tricep stretch here as well. So that's the underside of the arm there. Push your hand down between your shoulder blades and just gently push onto the elbow, keeping your chin up, upper body nice and strong and straight. Well done. I like to do a little sway here. Just helps the heart rate come down a little bit, but not flatlining straight away. That's not what we want. So you can join me at any time on my website. I've got strengthandbloom.com. You can join me there. I've got a whole membership option that you can come and get 2 additional members exclusive sessions per week. That's right, 2 per week. You don't get those anywhere else. You only get those on the website. They are not on YouTube for general release. So if you like those, I do a 20-minute and a 40-minute session each week and take a rest. So you can see me over there whenever you like. Otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow for day number 10. We're working on lower body, but hang around now and we're going to talk about the importance of fiber. Today, we're shining a spotlight on the importance of fiber in our diet. Fiber plays a crucial role in supporting digestive health, maintaining healthy weight, and reducing the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. But despite all of its benefits, many of us still fall short of meeting the recommended daily intake of fiber. According to the UK government guidelines, adults should aim for at least 30 grams of fibre per day, but the average intake in the UK is around 18 grams, which highlights the need to include more fibre-rich foods in our diet. So what foods are rich in fibre? Whole grains like oats, brown rice, wholemeal bread are really excellent sources. Fruits, vegetables, particularly if they have their skin on, they provide healthy doses of fibre along with nuts, seeds, legumes, beans and lentils. Increasing your fiber doesn't have to be that complicated. You can start by incorporating more whole foods into your meals and snacks, adding berries to your breakfast, including a side salad with your lunch, and snacking on raw veggies with hummus or other dips. Choose whole grain options when you can, and don't forget to drink plenty of water to help the fiber move through your digestive system more smoothly. By prioritizing fiber-rich foods in our diet, we can really support our digestive health, maintain healthy weight, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. So let's make it a cornerstone of our daily nutrition to reap the benefits and focus on that nice, balanced, nourished diet. I hope that you've enjoyed this nutrition tip with me today, and don't forget to join me tomorrow for day number 10 of our plan.